I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', a podcast I get to do with my husband. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans.
Hey, train in the house.
I kind of miss Hello, I'm Allen.
Oh.
Let's just be honest.
Hello, I'm Allen.
Thank you, baby. I'm used to that. The A train's cute, but you know.
It's a tradition to do. Hello, I'm Allen.
Yeah, it's a comfort. It's like, chicken noodle soup, homemade macaroni and cheese. It's a comfort food. It's a comfort sound.
It's comforting to hear me say, hello, I'm Allen.
That's what I'm used to.
You know
yes.
what, though? The way he says it, he says, and that's Allen thick on the actual drop.
May he rest in peace.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. He says more of a, hello, I'm Allen.
Hello, I'm Allen.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to talk. He's like introducing himself on a commercial, and they isolated that.
Yeah, but I do it overly robotic. Hello, I'm Allen.
We need comfort in familiar stuff right now because, so much chaos and anxiety and sadness and just turmoil going on in this country and in the world today. As we're recording this podcast, I'm checking the news and trying to get updates on what's happening. I grew up in Florence, South Carolina, and as you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure more details are going to come out. But at this time, as we're recording it, I just know that in my hometown, some officers are trying to serve a search warrant on a man today, and he opened fire and hit 7 police officers. Well, it was a mix of police officers and sheriff's deputies. And at first, there was a lot of misinformation. We were hearing that 5 officers were killed, but still, it's just tragic that one officer, a police officer, lost his life, and 7 total officers were shot. And then somebody in the home where the arrest warrant was being served was also shot and injured, a 20-year-old. So that's the only details I have.
Absolutely
but it's just
horrible.
Heartbreaking and so unnecessary, and it's just maddening. It's just what is going on. The world feels like it's going crazy. But, all we can do, for our podcast, sometimes, like I say with the radio show, we feel like we're just running our mouths, flapping our gums, talking nonsense sometimes. But then we hear from people that say, listening to your podcast got me through like a really difficult, sad time because you get to escape, don't think about the bad stuff for a while. So if our podcast can do that for you, awesome. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're not big. Kelly and I, we have our own views about all kinds of stuff. And you guys know Kelly. You've known her for years. She's opinionated. She'll say her opinion, but we don't bring a lot of seriousness to this podcast. Now, when something bad happens, we'll acknowledge it, and I hate that, that something like that happened. But we don't really. If you're new to our podcast, we don't really get into political
Politics
discussions or religious discussions, really.
Well, there used to be a time, everybody is so sensitive right now, and there used to be a time where you could express an opinion, a political one especially. And if you didn't agree with somebody else, that's fine. You just disagreed and moved on, right? But if you don't agree now, people will cut you out of their lives. And there are a lot of friends I have who are very vocal in their politics, and I know where they stand, but I don't want to cut them out of my life. So I just don't talk about it. It's just easier for me. I don't think anything I post on Facebook or Instagram, there's no social media post that's going to change anybody's mind.
No.
I think it does give a lot. People want to be heard. I get that. You want to be heard. You're frustrated. You're angry about certain things that are happening. So you put it out there in a social media post. And the risk of losing people you love and cutting them out of your life. I don't know. I like to think we can disagree and still be friends. That's what I'd like to believe. But unfortunately, that's not true.
I've always thought that too. And, I just said we're not going to get into this kind of thing. But
we're not.
I've always thought I can express my opinion, and if you want to express yours and they're different, well, they're just going to be different, you know? But what I don't understand, which seems a little different than maybe when I grew up, what I'm noticing now is if you express your opinion, there are people that will tell you that you can't do that. And that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. I can express my opinion as much as the next guy. And if you don't agree with it, tough, man.
Well,
and I might not agree with your viewpoint, and that's tough for me. But you can't, and I'm not saying anybody's done this to me, but you can't tell me I can't say what I want to say.
Well, the thing is you did post something a little bit on social media, and you had a lot of backlash, so you disabled the comments on it, right?
Yeah,
because
sure did.
It's just like, but you felt strongly and you wanted to put that out there, and I didn't think what you posted was controversial, but it, backlash. It's just, to me, it's just not, it's not worth it right now in this climate, to me.
Well,
I mean, I have my beliefs and I have my opinions, and I listen to everybody. And like I said, my opinion's mine, but I just don't want to risk. I don't want to risk. That make me a coward? That
I don't think it makes you a coward.
Losing people that I really love that have such polar opposite opinions of me.
I don't think that makes you a coward, but you shouldn't be suppressed.
Well,
just because. What? You don't want to lose a friend because they're going to pressure you to not say anything about the viewpoint that you have?
To me, it's just not worth the fight. It's just not worth it because they're not going to say anything to change
of course
mine.
It's not worth the fight.
That's why I just don't say anything.
Yeah, well, that's fine, but don't feel like you can't speak your mind and and hold your ground and say what's on your mind.
I speak my mind in the voting booth.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
There's that.
And again, this isn't a podcast where we get on here and talk about, we take hard stances on specific issues, but all we're talking about right now is really First Amendment. And that's, you can say whatever you want to say, man.
I know. But you see people that have years, lifelong friendships destroyed. It's like no matter what good and wonderful times and how good they are, they differ on one thing, and that's it. Relationship's over, and I just don't want to do that.
I saw something. Anyway. I was telling Kelly this the other day. I saw something on the news that made me really sad, and I'm not going to identify sides here. This isn't about sides. This is about a group of people that were doing a peaceful protest. So they were showing their support for somebody and for an issue. And they were holding up their signs, just standing there on the street, holding their signs up. And along comes somebody who disagrees with these people and physically takes the signs out of these people's hands and rips the signs up, tears them up.
Yeah.
There was no profanity. There was nothing bad on the signs, nothing of the sort. But this person didn't agree with that. Right. So she was going to suppress what they were saying. You can't say that. Well, actually, yeah, they can.
I know.
And that's their First Amendment right.
It's just ugly.
So
it's an ugly time, but let's move on from that. We've got a lot of real good nonsense to talk about today on the podcast. Didn't mean to start so incredibly heavy. But,
enough of the serious
stuff.
Didn't we? Enough of the serious
stuff.
All
right. So what's coming up on today's podcast, honey?
Well, it's chock full, babe. Don't I always say that? Isn't that such a bit?
That's okay.
No.
As long as it's true.
Yeah, we're basically kind of review the weekend, basically what I can remember about the weekend.
Right.
We went to a Cowboys game. We were supposed to go on a date with Melissa and Ty, our friends, and we got rained out. Not a lot to tell there. I guess there's the story. There's the story there, but we were going to ride slingshots with Melissa and Ty. We unfortunately got rained out. But I've got kind of a funny bit to do with Kelly. And I don't think we've played this before, but I think this is fun.
Okay, I don't know what it is, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm bringing in a little show content.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you, babe. And then we have tickets to a Taylor Swift concert this weekend, and there's a little bit of drama about who's going and who's not going.
We
and
need to figure this out tonight.
Trying to figure that out, and then we'll probably finish up with some love letters or some letters. We have a couple of letters from our readers, from our listeners. And then Kelly has a letter she wants to go through.
Yeah, we do a radio show, and I do a bit called Love Letters to Kelly, and I answered, it's my opinions. I'm not a licensed therapist or anything of that sort, but, Kid Craddock, the host, made me this, you are the love expert. Okay, whatever. So I've been doing it for 20-something years now. And I just give my opinion, and some people don't always agree with it. But today I had people telling me they were disgusted by
Disgusted?
disgusted by my answer.
Babe.
So
Wow.
I feel like that maybe that needs to be fleshed out a little more.
Is it fleshed out or is
Yeah, I
it
need to-
flushed out?
Fleshed. I don't know. We're going to talk about that. So let's get started with...
Flesh that out. But before we do that,
Yes.
let's do some business.
Okay, let's real quick. You know, these days you can get practically everything you want on demand. You want food, demand it. It shows up at your door. You want somebody to drive you somewhere, you demand it, and they drive you somewhere. Well, you know what else you can do on demand? Get postage.
You can get postage.
You can mail letters on
you can
demand
do.
whenever you want, and you don't have to be, you know, following the post office hours because everybody's schedule's so wacky right now. If it's 3:00 in the morning and you need to get your mail ready to go, you should be able to do that. And with stamps.com, you can. You can access all the amazing services of the post office right from your desk 24/7 when it's convenient for you, not the postal workers. And here's the deal. You buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package using your own computer and printer. The mail carrier will pick it up for you.
All right, let me ask you something, babe. Maybe I can get in on this spot, too. Let me ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
Can you click?
I can.
Can you print?
Sometimes, but yes.
Can you
More often than not, yes.
Can you mail?
Oh, definitely.
That's all you got to do.
That's right. Could not be easier.
That's all you got to do.
And we love stamps.com because, hey, we want to do stuff and we want to do it. And right now, if you use the code SANDWICH, our podcast listeners can get a special offer.
That's right. That special offer includes up to $55 of free postage. They bumped that up a little bit. $55 of free postage.
It's been that for a while, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, you never let me participate in these
hush.
spots, so I wouldn't know. $55 in free postage, a digital scale, and a 4-week trial. That's the special offer.
Yep.
When you use code SANDWICH, go to stamps.com. Before you do anything else, click on the radio microphone at the top of the homepage and type in sandwich.
That's stamps.com and enter sandwich.
All right, this last weekend, the Dallas Cowboys, which are an NFL team.
They are.
It happens to be our favorite NFL team in the National Football League. They were playing a home game here in, the Dallas Cowboys play in Arlington. So they're really the Arlington Cowboys.
Thanks, Mayor Miller.
Oh, was that Mayor Miller?
Wasn't it Laura Miller that let that go?
How do the Dallas Cowboys not play in Dallas?
That was her last little parting gift to Dallas, giving away. Well, you know what? The Dallas Cowboys weren't in Dallas before. They were in Irving.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress.
Yeah.
People that are listening in the Carolinas or Louisiana don't care.
They don't care. No, we have a friend, and he's been mentioned on the podcast a few times. He's becoming a kind of a character that we mention on the podcast every once in a while. His name's Jeff.
I'm going to start calling him Bad Influence Jeff.
Bad Influence Jeff?
You can call him J Train. I'm calling him Bad Influence Jeff.
This is J Train. So J Train throws out a little, hey, you guys want to hang out in my suite?
Yes, he's got perks. So his job.
Yeah, he does. Well, J Train is an executive, and I think I can mention the company. I mean, it's a big.
I don't know if you can or not.
Well, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah,
it's a big,
especially with what you're getting ready to tell.
Oh, it's a big public company. I think it's a public. Yeah, it's a public company. Anyway, Jeff has a suite, so.
We ought to be kind of careful with what we tell too.
Yeah, well, no,
we don't want to get him in trouble.
Nothing bad about this.
No.
He invited us to the game, and he brought a friend over to our house.
A lady friend.
Do you remember the lady friend's name?
Is it
Christine?
I think that's right.
I think so. She was very nice.
Why are we busting her?
I don't know.
Maybe people don't want to be identified.
Because that's what we do. And another new friend of ours, and his name is Craig. So Craig, J Train, and Christine roll on over to Evans Manor.
And let me just tell you.
And this was early. It was
early. It was a noon game. We had to be there really early, so they all met at the house at 9:30. And I was on the fence about going because I knew what lie ahead. I knew there would be drinking, and there would be a lot of high-fiving, and there would be a lot of my man, and what else? Just all that foolishness.
Fist bumping.
And I knew that I didn't want to be drinking that much, so I would be the designated driver.
Chest bumping.
And you know what it's like when you're the only sober person in a group.
Nothing's funny.
Nothing's funny.
Nothing's funny. Everyone thinks everything's so funny.
Yeah,
You don't think anything's funny.
Except for the sober designated driver.
Right.
And I knew that was going to happen, but I'm like, I know my husband wants me to go. I do love the Cowboys. Okay, I'll go.
You know
Twisted my arm.
You know what else really sucks about being the only sober person in a group of drunk people?
What?
Time goes so slow.
Yeah.
I mean, like it feels like you've been sitting there for 6 hours, and everybody else, they're just having a good time.
Well, because we were sitting there for 6 hours, but the drunky drunks don't notice.
Right.
But it was fun. I mean, I had a Bloody Maria very early in the day. That's that's my thing now, people, is the Bloody Maria, because I've tried drinking Bloody Marys over the years because they look so beautiful. They look refreshing. I love it when they doctor them up with all the vegetables and they'll stick a slab of bacon in there and stuff. It's so cool looking. But I could never drink but 2 or 3 swallows, and I'm like, I can't drink it. I can't do it. Well, one day on a menu, I saw a Bloody Maria, which is the same thing, except they make it with tequila. It has changed my life.
Tequila.
Yeah. But anyway, I had a Bloody Maria.
Is that a air quote game changer?
It's a game changer for me. For me, I love them. So I had that. But, that was like at, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And we didn't drive home till 4. So I was good.
I don't remember the drive.
I know, because as soon as we get in the car, okay, so
I don't remember.
The Cowboys pulled out a win.
I don't remember going to the car.
Oh, my gosh, Alan. Are you serious? And here's one thing that you didn't do. You did honor, because I told him my concerns about my man and all that.
I didn't do my man as
That's
much.
right.
I did a few my man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you credit. I told him, I know y'all are going to be drinking, and you're going to be high-fiving and fist-bumping.
Nothing wrong with that.
Man.
Nothing wrong with that.
And this is another thing. They want to do Bohemian Rhapsody in the car, and they want to video it, and they want to post it on social media. And I'm like,
I did.
Y'all have done
Jeff
that.
Did.
I know. I'm like, y'all have already done that twice. I don't want to do it again. And
haven't
guess
done
what?
It, haven't done
guess
it twice.
What?
Haven't done it twice.
Yeah, it has been twice.
Done it once.
We've done it twice.
Done it once. We did it with Shanda and Jeff.
And we did it again.
With who?
The other.
Who?
The other time.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we
no,
did.
we didn't.
Okay, I'll go back and show you. But anyway,
Okay.
Here's my point.
Okay.
You honored me by not doing those things.
Thank you.
But then you proceeded to get so drunk you can't remember getting to the car.
Well, okay, let's be honest here. Part of that is J-Train. This guy, it's like, all right, man, every time the Cowboys score, we're going to do a shot. And I'm like, dude,
no,
I can't.
Thankfully, was he counting field goals as that, or just the?
He was trying to count every score.
Yeah, no. So anyway, we get in the car. I'm sober. I get them all in the car. And then Jeff's going to tell me how to get home. I'm like, I think I'm going to trust Waze on this,
I was
Jeff.
asleep.
My husband's asleep in the back. And I'm just
I was in the back?
Yeah, you were in the back. You don't remember that? You immediately got in the back seat.
Like the very
of the
back?
Yeah. I insisted on taking the minivan because I was like, I want to be comfortable.
Constantine.
I'm not going to have everybody.
I really love you, Constantine.
Our minivan's named Constantine.
You're the best minivan I've ever seen. That's our Constantine song.
That's the theme song.
Yep.
And so you're in the back asleep. The date's asleep. Our friend Craig, who is also sober, but he's like a businessman. And he's constantly doing deals. What?
Craig was sober?
Yes. Honey, you don't even remember. He got one drink at the beginning of the day, and he drank that. He held it in his hand all day, so y'all wouldn't keep bothering him.
Well, I tell you what.
Drink.
Well, Mr. Craig was slapping him in my hand all day.
He's a businessman. He knows how to keep everybody happy.
Oh.
So anyway, Jeff, I'm like, the traffic's backed up. I'm like, well, Waze is telling me to go around the traffic. I know. Anyway, he finally passed out.
Jeff passed out?
Yeah, he went to sleep. Everybody's asleep, and I got us all home. And as I'm parking, Alan gets out of the car, goes to the bedroom, shuts the door, passed out.
Didn't even say goodbye to anybody.
Didn't say goodbye to anybody. I made everybody sit down.
Not thank you for the drinks. Not Jeff, thank you for inviting us. Not see ya assholes. Just ran to the bathroom, ran to the bedroom.
Passed out.
And
I made everybody sit down till sober enough to everybody go home. And then I sat here and watched TV by myself. I couldn't get Netflix to work, so I couldn't do that.
What time did we get home?
It was probably about, 4:30?
4:30? Okay. So I passed out from 4:30, and then I woke up, I think, at 9.
Yes, here's what happened. So I couldn't watch Netflix, so I watched a bunch of Watch What Happens Live I had on my DVR with Andy Cohen. And then I was like, well,
hey, this is Andy Cohen. This is Andy Cohen.
that's not him at all.
I have a podcast. This is Andy Cohen.
You need to work on that one.
All right, sorry.
Work on it. But so anyway, I finally was like, well, it's 9:00. I guess I'll go to bed because I got to be up the next morning. And so I go into the room and I'm trying not to make a lot of noise. I have the light on my cell phone so I can go to bed. And Alan rolls over and says, "Well, where did you sleep? Where did you sleep?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He thought I was getting up to go to work at 4:00 in the morning and that I had slept on the couch or something. So anyway,
I was disoriented.
he was very disoriented. So he got up, got, sort of ready for bed, and we went right back to bed. Well, the next morning when my alarm goes off at 4 a.m., he's like, "I'm awake. I can't sleep." He gets up and starts making bacon and eggs. The house is smelling so good. Well, here's the problem with that. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy that day, remember? No, not that day, on Tuesday. Monday was my day of fasting where I was just supposed to drink clear liquids.
Oh, yeah.
And so Alan's up at 4:30 in the morning. The house just, the aroma.
It wafted of bacon.
The whole, you could smell it out
Bacon
the
and
front door as I was leaving
and
for
fried
work.
eggs.
Can't eat any of it.
Oh, it was so good.
And then I get to work and I read the instructions that morning for what I'm supposed to do if you've ever had a colonoscopy. Well, the people that are doing mine, which I forgot, I was supposed to stop eating vegetables for a full week before. And I forgot that part because I had been in for my information session, whatever, a month earlier.
And didn't you have a big old salad or something, or
of
kale
course,
or something like that?
Of course, I decide I'm going to start eating healthier. And so that week, instead of French fries, I ordered like a side salad on Saturday night.
But see, I don't.
Unbelievable.
But I don't get that, babe. It seems like vegetable matter wouldn't that clear
They
you
say
out?
it takes longer for it to process. Like corn takes forever to process. You'll poop it out like a week later.
You know why they call corn the vegetable of tomorrow?
Because
you'll see it tomorrow.
Well, you'll see it maybe a few days from tomorrow. But here's the thing. So I was like, when I read that I had screwed up, I was like, surely that's not going to be a big deal.
It's going to be a big deal, and don't call me Shirley.
And I asked my mother about it because my mother's had to have 2 colonoscopies. She had some polyps she had to have removed. This is, everybody, you've got to get a colonoscopy when you hit 50. But anyway, that's completely prevents cancer of the colon, completely. You got to go. And so she had the polyps removed. And I said, "Mom, did you have to do this vegetable cleanse?" And she's like, "No, I've never had to do that. It'll be fine." So I finally got a hold of the doctor's office. I'm still doing the clear liquid fast. About 12:30, they called me and said, "Nope, gonna have to reschedule." I said, "Are you kidding me? I just had like a little side salad. I was eating I could have eaten garbage all week and I could have had the colonoscopy. But because I ate some lettuce with carrots and cucumbers," and she said, "Okay, well, you can do it, but you're going to have to do this Master Blaster colon cleanse."
Whoa.
Right, basically. There's no need to go into all the
Whoa.
details. But she wanted me to do it at 5 o'clock the next morning, which means I would be on the radio. Well, I would try to be on the radio because I would be running to the bathroom every 2 minutes. I said, I can't do that. So I had to reschedule it for a Saturday in December. So that's my whole colonic story. I'm colonoscopy story. I haven't had it yet.
I'm glad, I'm joking around, but I'm glad Kelly's getting this checked out because everyone's, when you get to be our age,
Well, when you hit 50
you're
or
supposed to get that checked out. And actually, in my case, and Kelly's trying to get me in to see one, in my case, I guess I can say this on the podcast. My mother had colon cancer and actually had a good piece of her colon taken out.
Yeah.
And I had an uncle who passed away
With colon cancer.
So it runs in my family. So
You should have already had a screening, and you're not 50 yet.
So I need to probably go in and get a screening, just check everything out, because I think it is one of the most preventable forms.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
But they got to get the polyps. And, and everybody jokes about it and makes fun.
Why do they joke about it?
Well, you sat there and make gassy noises while I'm talking about it.
Don't.
You were just doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not the most pleasant thing, but my mother told me they put you to sleep. You don't even know.
Oh, I want to be asleep.
Yeah, so you don't even know what's
I want to be
happening.
asleep.
The worst part, she said, is actually, the day before that cleanse when you have to literally cleanse your colon out with those drinks.
You know what? I mean, I'm not trying to be juvenile. I don't like anything near my butt. I don't want anything coming near my butt.
Well, if it can save your life, it's worth
Well,
it.
yeah.
I'm telling you, if they're telling you you could, I mean, when you're sick and dying or
No, I
something,
know,
you'll
I know.
stick anything anywhere.
I know, but I just...
So
I
you got, it's time to just grow up and do it.
All right,
You know, we got to be mature about that.
Well, can they put me to sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, that was my big non-colonoscopy. But I'm telling you, my mother, and I've talked to other people, like, we didn't have to not eat vegetables for a week. I don't know what that's about, but that's the guy I chose. So we'll try again in December.
We'll try again in December. And speaking of the fall and December, kind of into the last part of the year here, you know what you ought to be thinking about? You ought to be thinking about your beach body for next year.
Oh my gosh, right? You remember when I went to be weighed, when they weighed me before my, my colonoscopy screening and all that, and I pitched a fit? Because I have not been taking care of myself lately, and it's time. And Beachbody
What are you
on
going to do
demand,
about it? What are you going to do about it?
Why am I not, I'm starting back. I'm starting back. I'm going to commit myself to living healthier, and Beachbody on Demand is a great way to do that.
That's one of the best ways to do it.
It is because, again, it's on demand. Like we were saying earlier, everything you want is on demand.
This podcast is on demand.
Right. Why can't your workout be on demand? With Beachbody, they have this huge umbrella with so many of the workouts you know and love, and you were like, oh man, that's the best.
You've heard of P90X?
Yes.
You've heard of Insanity, the 21-day fix,
Yep.
T25. How about the Brazilian butt lift?
My gosh, have you ever done the Brazil butt lift workout?
I haven't,
You
but I
talk
have
about
done
it.
the 3-week yoga retreat.
Yes. And they have world-class trainers, all with Beachbody on demand, over 700 workouts for all fitness levels. Come on, let's be honest. We can't all do the Brazil butt lift, but you can do yoga. You can, they do the hip hop abs, so many different workouts.
Hey, don't sell that yoga short. It's tough.
It is tough, but it's, easier movements,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do at your pace. You don't need a lot of equipment.
No, you don't need a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something. Here, do you have these things? Do you have a web-enabled TV?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. Do you have a tablet?
Yeah, I can. Well, I gave mine to my daughter, but I can borrow it back.
You got a tablet? You got a smartphone?
I do have that.
Most people have a smartphone. You got Roku? I don't know if we have Roku, but we have Apple TV.
But it's available on all those things.
It's available on all those platforms.
And the workouts can be as short as 10 minutes. As short as 10 minutes. If you don't have 10 minutes a day, then you need to rework your schedule. Make it a priority. And also, they have meals, plans on there. Beachbody on demand. What are you waiting for? Join the over 1 million people currently on Beachbody on demand, including these two right here.
1 million people. So
Getting
right now
on
our
it.
listeners can get a special free trial membership. That's free, guys. Free trial membership when you text sandwich to 303030. You'll get full access to this entire platform for free. All the workouts, the nutrition information, and support totally free. So why would you not do this? This time of year you're going to be
Try it.
You're going to be eating a lot. Let's keep everything in check here. So again, just text sandwich to 303030.
All right. And now on with the podcast.
We love Beachbody.
We do. I'm going to get
I
one.
love those guys. I need to be doing some Beachbody since I was fat shamed. Are we gonna? Where?
Why don't you go ahead and do that?
What were we just talking about?
Oh, we're talking about my colonoscopy that didn't happen.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we're about done talking about that. I think,
Yeah, no, we're moving on.
Yeah, I just said it.
But yeah, Alan, we were from the game on Sunday. They took our picture, and we've just been our schedules. We've not been scheduling ourselves very well, and when you're tired and stretched thin, you make poor eating choices.
Well,
and somebody commented, and I'm surprised I haven't gotten any, honestly, honey, because I've gained way more weight than you have, and that's because we have
wait
not
a
been.
second.
What?
I don't know that I've gained a lot of weight.
Well, you've gained a
that's
little
why.
bit.
That's why I was surprised about this
I'm
comment.
saying you've gained a little bit. I've gained way more than you have, and that's just the honest truth. And somebody
much?
said, "Don't start that again." That you look like you've had a few cheeseburgers. Were they saying something? You remember because it was about you.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. All right, I'm going to defend my position. The comment was, "Wow, looks like Alan's been eating pretty good."
Oh, that's it.
So I saw that. I'm like, "You asshole! Well, why would you?
Hey, watch your language.
Why would you say that?"
You've said that twice now.
Well, he's an asshole.
Oh, stop it.
There's 3
now.
times.
Okay, don't do that.
So,
anymore.
no, I saw this. I'm like, okay, first of all, I had a schmedium on. I had an extra schmedium golf shirt on.
Well, guys rib guys. They do that all the time. And, I don't think that came from a place of, they were just giving you a hard time.
So you think I'm taking it as wow, looks like Allen's hadn't missed many meals or whatever he said. And what he was really saying was, look at Allen. Doesn't look like he missed many meals.
They're trying to be funny. Come on.
Here's one thing guys don't do to other guys is talk about their weight. Why would you talk about that?
They do that sometimes, dude.
No.
Whoa. I work with guys. They give each other grief all the time. They make fun of Big Al all the time for putting on weight.
He's Big Al. That's his bid.
Bigger Al.
So anyway,
I'm going to turn Al on to Beachbody On Demand too.
I just thought it was interesting that I was body shamed.
I'm just surprised I haven't been because most people are pretty mean on social media.
No, I had a schmedium on, and I swear this photo was taken by one of those photographers that runs around and gives you the ticket. Then you come pick up your photo later. I swear his photo was compressed. You know how things get out of scale?
It did seem
and
a little...
it looked like shrunk.
Because I saw some other pictures. It was like, I don't know if that was just a bad angle, but it looked like you had your head...
My head was smushed.
Your hat was jammed so far down on your head.
And it looked like I had no neck. So I think that's why he saw that picture where I have no neck, my hat is smushed on my head.
You know what, honey, that is?
And I have my schmedium on.
You know what that is? That's our before picture. That's our before picture. Because you know what Alan and I have done this week twice already? We've gone for hour-long walks, and we're starting back on Beachbody On Demand, and we're going to get it, babe.
You know what I've noticed? After we stopped going to the pool, we were kind of like, meh.
Ain't nobody going to see us.
Ain't nobody going to see me now.
We don't even look at each other naked.
No.
Why would we want to see that?
I run around in a towel in the bathroom. No, actually, I don't. I don't run around in a towel.
No, you don't.
I run around butt naked.
The thing I do appreciate about you is you make comments about how creamy I am, but you don't ever make me feel bad about putting on weight.
I wouldn't do that.
I know. I'm saying I appreciate that. I know not a lot of women or men when they put on their weight, their spouse isn't always as
here's the deal.
Nice about it.
Hey, I was calling you creamy when you were skinny for the wedding, and I've been calling you creamy. I've been calling you creamy ever since I've known you.
Say I'm full cream now.
No, I just say you're creamy.
Heavy cream.
I don't know. I just say you're creamy.
Babe, fess up.
I just say
and
you're
I don't care.
creamy.
You say it good natured. It doesn't hurt.
I say you're creamy.
But you should, it's just nice that you support me like that. You don't beat me up over it.
Yeah.
Except the other day when you're like, who ate all my jalapeno potato chips?
Oh my gosh.
You were disgusted. I'm like, who bought them for you in the first place? That would be your wife.
Guys,
so I can have some.
We had this isn't just the regular bag of potato chips.
Oh.
This is the family bag of kettle cooked jalapeno flavored potato
Y'all,
chips.
These are so good.
Kelly gets home from the grocery store. Hey babe, look what I got you. And she holds up this gigundous bag. It looks like a freaking potato sack. Okay,
Yeah.
It's huge. And I'm like, wow. Okay, I was trying to eat better, but thank you.
Well, you know what happened was I went shopping when I was doing that liquid fast
Oh, so you were
for the
hungry?
colon cleanse. And so then when I found out that I didn't have to do the colon cleanse anymore, the colonoscopy, I was like, oh, I can have some of those potato chips. And I hadn't eaten until this was like 3:00 in the afternoon. I was like, started shoving my face and I couldn't stop.
I'll tell you what, had those potato chips, she did.
I did.
Because this guy rolled into the kitchen the other night thinking, there's an unopened bag of jalapeno potato chips in there, a big bag.
You're changing the story a little bit. You'd
No,
already had some.
no.
You had some the other night. I was sitting right there with you.
Not changing the story.
They were not unopened. You'd
And
already
then
had some.
Well, I roll in there and
You had already had some. So if you thought they were unopened, that's why you thought I ate the whole bag.
there was only about a quarter of those chips left in the bag.
Because when I opened them, there was half a bag. So I'll admit to eating a quarter of that bag.
So I'm like, who ate half a bag of potato chips?
quarter of a bag. That was me.
But that'd give you the runs, babe.
No,
If
it doesn't. It doesn't me. Everything you eat gives you the runs. Let's
That's
just be
not
honest.
true.
That is true.
That's not true.
All right.
I'm being misrepresented.
All right.
Fake news.
But you know what? That brings me to another point. We were talking on the radio about, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about the Kardashians and Kanye, but did you hear he gave her $1 million for
Yay?
Mother's Day?
Yee?
Yes, yay. He wants to be yay now.
Yeah.
But the reason behind it was what I thought was so interesting. Because no matter what, Kanye has gone off the rails. He is bipolar, admittedly. He's been off his medications. He's said many things that he has been slammed for. And she never, ever, ever speaks ill of him in public. She always supports him. She always finds a way to say something positive and encouraging, which I think a lot of women could take, and men. You should, and here we are, we slam each other a little bit. Not slam, that's not the word. We tease each other, right?
This is entertainment.
Teasing, right. But she's always so supportive, and I just think that's such a great example. And the reason he gave her $1 million was because somebody approached her to do one Instagram post for $1 million.
Must be nice.
Exactly. And all she had to do was post these clothing, but this clothing line frequently knocks off her husband's clothing line, Yeezy. And so she's like, wow, $1 million is a lot of money. Let me just ask him how he feels about it. And Kanye said, I'd prefer you not do it. And she said, okay, I'm not going to do it. And that was it. Now, granted, $1 million is a lot of money. She's got tens and billions. She's loaded.
Yeah.
But still, $1 million is nice. Well, he sent her for Mother's Day a big bouquet. You've seen the bouquets he sends her. And an envelope, and it was a check for $1 million, and said, thank you for always supporting me, and also gave her a percentage of the company.
Wow.
How about that?
That's cool.
Just thought I'd share that.
No, that's really cool. But I think the lesson there is
Support your spouse.
support your spouse. Yeah, I mean,
I kind of fussed at a listener today that called in, and she was having some problems with her husband.
Yeah.
And she
What
was
happened?
asking our advice. And when you call into our show, you can be married. Nobody knows you unless somebody recognizes your voice. And she was telling us her problems, and we told her our opinion. And we had her side. But it's always in the way you approach it. Okay, so you can't go to your husband and thump your chest and say, her husband had been watching porn.
Whoa.
Yeah. She caught him watching porn, and she didn't like it, and they hadn't spoken in like 3 weeks.
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
What?
Married couple?
Yeah.
You notice how I wasn't even kind of listening
I know,
until
you don't
said,
listen.
Until
Thank
you said
you.
porn. So married couple, she just walks in and he's watching porn?
She caught him. I don't know exactly the circumstances. She saw his laptop open or something. And he got really mad and defensive. They had a huge fight.
Were his hands
I don't know,
above
honey.
the table
She
or
didn't-
under the table?
She didn't go into that detail. Now you're suddenly interested. But she said she considered that a form of cheating. And they hadn't spoken in like 3 weeks. And I told her, to approach him, you have to talk about it. You can't keep living this way. And she said, well, and after we told her what we thought, she goes, well, I told all my friends and they agreed. I was like, whoa. That's what you can't do.
Bringing everybody else into it.
When you have a problem like that with your spouse of that nature, you can't go because you've just ruined his relationship with all of your friends.
Right.
That's not cool.
Right.
So we had that to deal with today as well.
So how did it end up?
Well, she's like, yeah, you're right, and it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I you have to, because you've seen it happen time and time again, where somebody gets mad at their spouse or their boyfriend, they come and they dump on you and they tell you, and you can never look at that guy the same way again, and guess what happens? They get back together, and then everybody's supposed to act normal. That's stuff that's planting bad seeds. So anyway, that was one of our topics today.
Yeah, that's a tough one when it could be any bad disagreement when one of the husband or wife goes outside and confides in somebody else about it. I guess it's okay to do that in some situations. In others, depending on what the issue is, maybe it's not such a good idea.
Well, to have maybe one confidant you can go to, maybe just one, a trusted advisor or something like that, but to go to everybody and poison
Right.
everybody and try to get everybody on my side, that's not good either.
Yeah, because at that point, then everybody hates his guts.
Right. How do you come back from that?
Oh,
Which I guess since we're
man.
talking about what we talked on the radio, can I go ahead and, I know this is a little out of order, tell about the love letter to Kelly that got
Sure.
people saying I was disgusting?
Sure.
Another lady was saying that her husband had cheated on her. And so she was getting a divorce. She's done and moving on, but she's not divorced yet. She's still legally married. It's not final, but she's already... Is this the same letter? I might be confusing the two, but we have so many letters. But the point was, I think I'm confusing two letters. The point was the man she was married to cheated on her, and guy number 2 cheated on her. She had
Okay.
back-to-back guys cheating on her. That was the
Okay.
point, okay?
She was married to both of them?
No, not the second one. I don't remember exactly details. But here's the point. My whole point was this. The specifics of that exact letter don't matter. What I said is what made people disgusted. I said it could be the fact that you just coincidentally had 2 cheaters, one back to back.
That could definitely be the case.
I said, but you can't say that all men cheat.
Right.
That's not a fair statement to say all men cheat.
Right.
It's if so I said what you might want to do is look at what you have to look at yourself in this equation. What am I doing to attract men who cheat, and why am I attracted to men who cheat? Because that's a possibility. I said it could have nothing to do with that. It could be that you just, unlucky, you got 2 cheaters back to back. But also if it's a repeat pattern, like you talk to women who are in abusive relationship after abusive relationship after abusive relationship. All men are not physical abusers.
Right.
All men are not cheats. So I said at some point you have to look at me. Why am I attracted to that type of personality? And what am I doing to attract that person into my life?
And you had people that didn't like that.
And people told me that I was victim blaming and that I was disgusting.
Wow. That's not very nice.
So is what I said, I'm not saying but sometimes you do have to evaluate. Why do I keep dating? Why do I keep dating losers? Why do I keep dating men where I have to take care of them and baby them? Why do I keep dating guys that don't? Whatever it is, if you keep attracting the same type of man, not necessarily an abusive person, not necessarily a cheater, but that same type of man, and it's not working out, at what point do you have to look at yourself? Right?
Yeah, I don't think you said anything disgusting.
Well, it was disgusting to these people. I was victim blaming.
You said you might be. You didn't say you are.
Right.
You said this.
You have to look at yourself.
You said this could be the case. You presented 2 positions.
But
one
I do
is
understand
one is coincidence.
Right.
One is maybe those 2 that you picked, both are cheaters.
Right.
The other was, well, maybe there are some people that attract bad guys.
Yeah. And you are attracted to bad guys.
Or you're attracted to bad guys. Right.
And I know some people can't listen 100%. They're drying their hair. They've got kids in the carpool. They're trying to get where they're going. So maybe they just heard, what are you doing to make him cheat? Maybe that's what they heard. But I had a few people reach out to me, message me, and tweet me. And I was just like, no, I think I did say that, but... I wasn't trying to victim shame, but at some point we do have to take personal responsibility for the people we allow into our lives.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. And did you talk to the man or just the woman?
No, just the woman.
Okay. So, there are always 2 sides to the pancake, no matter what.
Yeah.
There's always 2 sides.
If a man is dating a woman who keeps just using him for money or whatever, and there are those types of men that why do I keep dating? What about me keeps making me want to date these women? And why do these women keep coming to me?
Yeah.
You can flip the sexes.
Those letters are tough, babe.
They are tough. But like I said, I'm not a therapist. I don't have a degree. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
my disgusting opinion.
I don't think you said anything disgusting. You said could be. You were just trying to show 2 sides.
Right. I've said this. Well, honey, I'll tell you the truth. I have said this multiple times on different levels because, basically the same situations roll through over the years. And I've said this very same thing before and never had anybody lash out at me like that. But I think it's the climate we're in right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's the climate that has a lot of people extra sensitive.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be also understanding of that too.
Well.
Doesn't change my opinion on it.
No, I wouldn't let it change your opinion. Okay, so while we're talking about letters, why don't we? I've got a letter here, so let's go into this letter. This is one actually we were supposed to answer like 2 weeks ago.
Oh no, is it out of date now?
No, it's not out of date. We just didn't have time to do it. Okay, so this is Ask Allen. Ask Allen anything. Dear Kellie and Allen, y'all are the love experts.
Oh, sure we are.
Sure we are. Okay, here it is, and I am changing names. I couldn't come up with enough female Star Wars characters.
Yeah, let's just some Sally. I don't care what it is. No. What are you doing now?
Women rappers.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that'll be equally as short.
So this one's from Iggy.
You went with one of the most controversial rap figures.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, this one's from Iggy. Iggy says, I've been with my boyfriend almost 2.5 years. We met while I was working at, changing the name of the establishment,
Okay.
Long John Silver's.
Now I want Long John Silver's. I do. That batter they put on the crispy, oh man, it's so good.
Why was he called
Crispy
Long
fish.
John?
I don't know. Maybe he had a long beard.
Okay, so they met while working at Long John Silver's, LJS. I was waitressing, and he was a bartender at Long John Silver's.
Do they have a bar at Long John Silver's?
No.
Oh.
No. Our love has been continuing to grow, and we want to spend the rest of our lives together.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. She goes on to say he's slowly integrated himself into the lives of me and my 2 sons. He amazes me every day. She could go on and on and on about how amazing he is.
Good.
Okay. However,
There's a but, huh?
we have one recurring issue that has come to a head, and neither of us are willing to compromise on this, which is threatening the future. Okay, here's the issue.
That's not good.
Here's the issue. He feels that it is okay for him to talk to his friends, which happen to be females, on text or messenger, and even confide in them about our issues.
See, this goes back to what I said earlier.
And I don't feel comfortable with this. He thinks it's because I don't trust him or I'm being controlling. I trust him completely. It's more of a respect thing and just a healthy boundary thing. He has never cheated on anyone before, and he is always open and honest with me. There have been a couple of situations where he has been alone with girls to help them, like driving home a drunk girl after a bar meeting, or helping a girl with a broken down car. Okay? As with every couple in a long-term committed relationship, we have a lot of little issues that I can completely compromise on, but I can't compromise on the above issue. I know we aren't married, but I am holding him to these standards because I don't want to act one way when we are dating and then change once we are married.
Right.
We have to work this out before we can move forward. We're going to see a professional counselor, but I wanted to know y'all's objective opinion on this. Thanks for replying with a heavy heart, Iggy.
I'm sorry, Iggy, but I'm really encouraged by the fact that he's willing to go with you to counseling. Aren't you encouraged by that?
Yeah.
Because they're not married. They're not, they're in I guess you could say it's a committed relationship, but they haven't made that, legal pact, right?
Right.
So the fact that he's willing to go with you to therapy, I think, is very encouraging. I think what he's doing is inappropriate. Just like I said to that lady earlier, don't be sharing all your personal business with friends because it poisons people. It changes their opinions. They're planting seeds. I wouldn't put up with that. I wouldn't do that. That's not healthy. So I personally agree with you.
Yeah, that's a little strange for me to understand. As a dude, there are some situations like you gotta that's a yellow light, man. You gotta be careful with that.
And it's kind of strange because not a lot of men. It sounds like all he has are these girls he works with. And I know in the restaurant business, I used to work in the restaurant business, and the bartender, the guy was like, he protected all the girls in the bar and we were under his wing. He didn't date any of us, but I get that. But that doesn't mean it can't lead to something inappropriate. I don't know. It's just odd. I don't know.
You put yourself in that position enough times, and it ain't always going to turn out good for you.
Right.
2 a.m, you're shuttling drunk girls home. What are you doing that for?
Yeah, I get it. He's being their savior. Something about him likes being their protector, their hero, maybe. Something about him needs that validation.
Yeah. Well, he also has a woman here, sounds like a good woman, who's committed to him. And if he wants her to stay like that, he better think again about helping drunk girls in 2 a.m. in the morning, helping them home.
And confiding all their personal business. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not cool. So hopefully the therapist that you go to will see it our way and agree with us, and that he will be willing to compromise in those areas.
Yeah, I don't think she's being unreasonable.
Is that a deal breaker?
I don't think she's being unreasonable at all.
Is it a deal breaker? If he's like, this is it, you either accept me like this or we can't be together, do you think she should stay?
No.
Okay, you think that is a deal breaker?
I think. What if I said, babe, I'm gonna be out tonight. I'm gonna be out pretty late because I've got some friends that I knew from tech, and they're gonna be partying pretty late, and they're gonna rely on me to take them home tonight. And oh, by the way, it's it's about 10 girls, and they're just right up the road. But I'm gonna meet them up there. I'm going to go up there about 1:30 tonight, and after the bar closes, I'm going to make sure they get home okay.
Well, see,
how cool would you be with that?
Well, I'll tell you this, though. If that was like a one-time occurrence, you know me. I'm like the be honest. I'm kind of chill about that stuff.
Yeah, but
I'm very
but
chill
then
about
again,
that stuff.
You know that I wouldn't.
I know
do
you
that.
wouldn't, but you don't make a habit of doing that and sharing our personal problems and confiding and all that stuff. And you do have a group of very good girlfriends, and you go to lunch with them and you meet them for coffee.
That's true.
And I don't.
That's true.
I've never once well, I'm going to be there. I mean, I just that kind of stuff doesn't.
No.
But
Now,
then again, you're not betraying, as far as I know, because how does she know he's telling all the girls their problems? Because if you're telling them our problems, I'm not aware of it.
No, and I'm not doing that.
That's right. So I'm saying that's why I don't have a problem with it.
But here's what's different. Here's what's vastly different in this situation. When I go to lunch with Ashley and Val and Mac, okay, you know all of them.
Yeah.
They are very, very good Christian girls.
I know. I'm saying that's
I'm not. Yeah. In this situation, he's hauling drunk girls home.
That's true.
In the middle. So this is that's a totally different argument. I mean, there's.
Well, we're not arguing.
No, I know. I'm saying it's a totally different
I'm just saying,
situation.
But you have friends who are girls.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
But,
and I think it's okay. Just like you have friends that are dudes, and that's fine. But there are situations, like I said, that are yellow lights that you shouldn't put yourself in. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, all the girl. You know, we don't have the guy's name, but just say this group that he runs with says, "Hey, we're gonna
call him Kanye."
Kanye. Say Ye gets a text from one of his girlfriends, and all the girls, they want to roll down to the strip club because they want to go check out the strip club. They said, "Come on, Ye, you gonna take care of us at the strip club tonight? You gonna help us out a little bit? Take us home?" Sure, he'd love to be all over that, but most guys, if they hear that, there is some buffoonery that's going to ensue on that trip. So
Right,
just
you're taking it real extreme now.
Wave that off. I'm trying to be extreme.
Yeah, you are taking it real extreme.
I'm just saying there are some situations you'd say, no, I'm good. I better stay home.
How encouraging he's willing to go with you to therapy and counseling over it. I think that's a real positive sign. So I wouldn't throw the relationship away until you get into a therapist's office, and maybe he'll, if he's willing to go, he might be willing to do the work. Right?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, I mean, like a lot of these letters, we don't have all the information.
We don't have all the answers.
We don't have his side.
You know what I think our answer was?
What?
Disgusting.
Yeah. No, that's got you kind of twisted, huh?
No, I don't like being called. I don't like being called disgusting.
Well, just like I don't like being called fat.
All right. Well, we're even with that.
Actually, I wasn't called fat.
You were just told you haven't missed a meal.
I was told, and I haven't. I don't like to miss meals. If I miss a meal, it screws me up.
Hey, what's your bit we're going to do? Because I think we're coming down to the end of this program.
Well,
and is it really detailed? What are we doing?
I don't know that. We have time to do it, I guess. But you want to do some business before we do it?
Yeah, real quick. This is our last piece of business. Then we're going to do our Alan's game he's brought, because I don't even know what it is. He has not told me.
It's not really a game.
I'm kind of excited.
It's more for me to kind of present some things to you, and you tell me if you agree or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know one thing we do agree on as husband and wife.
What's that, babe?
Going to bed together, because you know what we look forward to when we go to bed together?
Those Brook linen sheets are like
linen.
Butter.
Yes, Brook linen sheets, winner of the best of online bedding by Good Housekeeping. They just swept that category. They have so many wonderful reviews, 20,000 plus 5-star reviews online about how fabulous these Brook linen sheets are. I'm telling you, these are, you go to a hotel and you roll around those beds and you're like, oh my gosh, if I could just take these sheets home, they're so luxurious. Well, basically you can, because Brook linen has those quality sheets without paying the huge markup.
They don't feel as good as our sheets.
Well,
not the hotels.
Well, they're luxury. If you go to a luxury hotel, I'm saying.
Not as good as ours.
They mark them up as much as 300% in the department store, but because it's an online bedding company, they don't have those huge markups. And they have, what's the guarantee where you can sleep on it how many nights? There's like, I don't have that in front of me, but there's like a guarantee. You can try them out, and you don't love them, you can get your money back. And of course, I don't see that line right now.
Babe.
60 nights?
Yep.
You see it? I can't find it on there. Anyway, so it's a 60-night guarantee. So sleep on them, roll around in them, jump up and down on them, wash them.
Do laundry in them.
Yeah, wash them, dry them several times, and you're like, not feeling it. But I'm telling you, you're going to feel it, and you're going to want to keep those Brook linen sheets.
Tie them on like a Superman cape.
And order more. Our Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets we've ever slept on, and brooklinen.com is giving an exclusive an exclusive offer just for our podcast listeners.
That's $20 off, folks, and get free shipping when you use the promo code Kelly.
That's different. That's a different promo code. So remember it's KELLIE.
At brooklinen.com. Brooklinen is so sure you'll love the sheets they offer. What we were talking about.
There you go. There it is.
Risk-free, that's what I said, babe. 60-night satisfaction guarantee. Lifetime warranty on all their sheets and comforters.
Yeah, they have comforters too. And the only way to get $20 off and that free shipping is to use the promo code Kelly, that's me, at brooklinen.com. It's KELLIE, that's the code. And brooklinen.com is BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Kelly. Brooklinen really are the best sheets ever. Thanks for finding that 60. I couldn't find it. It was all the way at the bottom. I couldn't find it, babe. You saved me on that.
They really are the best sheets ever. Love Brooklinen.
I didn't want to give the wrong information.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. And we'll finish this off just relatively quickly. You know how I always think it's funny that, and you've seen this too, people tell me, and I know they tell you this too, that like, you look like somebody. I can't place it,
yes.
but you look like somebody.
Yes.
You know, I've kept a list. I don't think I've told you this, but I'm confiding in you now. I have kept a list of all the people that I've been told I look like.
Okay, that's cool.
And I want to roll through this list. This is like my doppelgangers. Mm-hmm. And since you see me more than anybody, you tell me if this is bull or if this is...
You know, in the right lighting, the right angle, there's no telling who you could look like.
This is true. Okay, it's a list of about 15.
You've been told you like 15 different people?
Well, let's start. And these are in no particular order. But
you should start with number one, the obvious.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. There's an actor. His name is Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, and that's the one. I look up at you sometimes. I'm like,
whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Whoa. What do you mean you look up at me?
You know what I mean. You look like him sometimes.
What do you mean
wow.
Whoa. What do you mean you look up at me?
You know what I'm saying?
Babe.
And I feel like, wow.
What do you mean you look up at me?
Babe, you know what I'm saying? I look up at you and there you are. But you're not. You're Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Look up at.
But who also, if you remember, was Denny on Grey's Anatomy back in the day. That's when I first fell in love with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Now he's a killer on The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
which I'm not quite as thrilled by. I loved him as Denny.
I'll probably be him for Halloween again.
Again?
Yeah. It's just an easy costume. Okay. Number 2, Joe Manganiello.
Oh, I don't think. Well, Joe Manganiello. He's married to Sofia Vergara. Uh-huh. You know, I get it because you have he has dark hair, you have dark hair. He has darker skin, you have darker skin.
I wish I had his arms.
But his hair is completely, well, I guess when he close.
When he had short hair, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, babe. I mean,
I can sort of see it. I can sort of see that.
Okay.
I love how every man you list is going to be more handsome than the next.
How about Robert Downey Jr.?
There you go. Yeah, you do. Well, when you used to wear your facial hair more like him, you looked more like him.
So you'd say yes?
I would say yes when you do your facial hair like his.
There was a Starbucks that I used to go into, and every time I'd go in there, the gal would yell, Tony Hawk. Is that the guy? Is that Iron Man? Mm-hmm. Javier Bardem.
Yep. Javier Bardem is married to Penelope Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, if you shaved and gained more weight in the face, he's got a little thicker.
Well, apparently I'm well on my way to doing that.
Well, not with Beachbody On Demand. You're going to get back on it.
Well, not with Beachbody On Demand. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think he's a little thicker in the face than you are. But I can see that.
Okay. How about Ray Romano?
Yeah, I can see that. Again, when you shaved for Mother's Day, because your mother loves seeing your baby smooth skin, I said you should do that as an annual tradition for her Mother's Day gift. You should shave. And you grow it right back. It takes you less than a week to have a beard again. But absolutely, when you were clean shaven, you looked like a clean shaven Ray Romano. Yes. Now, no. Then yes.
How about David Schwimmer?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, God. I used to get that all the time.
Well, that must have been when you were
in college.
Very pale.
Whoa.
And were you malnourished? Because he's kind of thin.
No, really?
Yeah. He was always kind of thin
So you're
and
just
pale to me.
Adding to the.
Well, if you were in college and you were a poor, struggling college student, you might have at the time.
But now I've gained 50 pounds since then.
No, but you've got facial hair.
I'm
you're more rugged than you were in high school.
Oh, babe, more rugged. Okay, David Schwimmer. Nicolas Cage.
No.
My uncle used to tell me I look like Nicolas Cage.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you disagree with that one?
Which uncle was that? The one that walked around with the jar?
No. No, Angie's dad, Art.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Mark Cuban.
I don't see it. I can I can see why, but no.
You know that picture, the Bumble picture, the infamous Bumble picture you swipe left on?
Yes.
That's the one everyone says I look like Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one, Richard Rawlings.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
When you grew your beard out a little longer, you've got it pretty close now, but when you grow it out a little longer and it's where you can kind of stroke it on your chin, it's more pointy.
I think doppelganger games are so fun. So I found some celebrity doppelgangers online.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if you think these are these are people.
Well, you don't want to hear who people say I look like?
Yeah. I definitely do. I didn't know if you had a list or not.
Well, I have a list in my head. I can tell you who people said I resemble.
Well, you tell me and I'll tell you.
Depends
if I
on
agree.
different stages of my life. And I posted a side-by-side picture because it was absolutely true.
Oh, don't tell me.
Susan Sarandon.
No,
It's true.
That's an insult to you.
No, it is not. She is beautiful. She's just a little out there. But and she's older than me, but I can still say that I look like her. When we went to Galveston and we were in that wind and my hair is curly because of the humidity, and I was wearing sunglasses, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you look just like Susan Sarandon."
Well,
I'm like, "You're right. In that picture, I look identical to Susan Sarandon
because you had big sunglasses on,
and my hair was curly. We had the same smile, the same everything, the same skin color.
Yeah, you're much prettier than Susan.
Well,
Sarandon.
you don't need to say that because I think Susan Sarandon is beautiful, and I did not take it as an insult.
Well, she's pretty, but I'm
She's just
saying
older than me.
you're much prettier. I mean,
Thank you, honey, but it's not an insult. And I'll tell you the one I get more than anybody else. I personally don't see it, but this is the one I get more than anyone else. Gina Davis.
yeah.
Do you see that?
Well, kind of.
Maybe at different phases of my hairstyles
I
and
even
stuff.
told you, I think, when we first met that I thought you looked like a little bit like Gina Davis.
I don't get it. She has juicier lips than I do.
You have juicy
She has
lips?
bigger apple cheeks than I do.
No, you have
Her
apple
hair-
cheeks. You got
I
apple
just
cheeks, babe.
really,
You've got apple cheeks.
I don't see it, but other people do.
Well, you've got apple cheeks.
When I was real thin and younger, I was told I looked like Renee Russo, which I was so flattered.
Oh, yeah,
She's
Renee Russo's-
beautiful. Yes, and
Yeah.
she had those sharp cheekbones
Yeah.
and that red hair. I got that.
I forgot about Renee Russo.
When I was also younger and thinner, I was told Michelle Pfeiffer. Again,
Really?
I think it's the cheekbones.
Okay.
It's the cheekbones.
I think of that whole group, Gina Davis and Renee Russo. Yeah.
I've been told that. And the only other one that I can think of is the girl, I think her name is Connie Britton. And she was on Nashville, and now she's on that Brooklyn 911. Or is it called Brooklyn 911? Oh, it's just 911.
Mm-hmm.
She's on that 911 show. I've been told her. I don't know. Connie Britton. She's kind of like.
I can't picture her, babe.
She's got like a strawberry blondish kind of hair. That's the only ones I've ever been told.
Okay.
And that's my list.
Well, that's a good list too. That was kind of fun. And maybe we'll say we're running up against our time here, but maybe we'll save the celebrity list for next time. But one of the pair on the doppelganger celebrity list is Bryce Dallas Howard and Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, they are
Separated-
mistaken for each other a lot.
Separated at birth.
Yeah.
And then Amy Adams, kind of throw her in there too.
Oh my gosh, Amy Adams, absolutely. She and Jessica Chastain, you can get them so confused. It's that long red hair and fair skin.
They got flowing chestnut manes.
Well, you can see where they'd all be up for the same roles too, right?
Yeah, very chestnut.
Yeah.
Actually, their hair's, in the pictures I'm looking at, their hair is very red.
Well, red hair photographs differently.
Oh.
Like I'll look at myself in the mirror and my hair looks kind of brown, and then I'll get out in the sun in a picture and it's flaming red. It's just the way red catches the light.
Yeah. All right, babe. Well, this has been fun.
I feel like we've been very self-indulgent this last break.
Well, it's just kind of a funny...
Let's name all the fabulously gorgeous-looking people that we look just like.
Look, I didn't come up with the list. This is what people tell me.
I told ya.
But I just thought, I don't know, I think doppelganger games are funny.
They're funny as long as it's a compliment. Like Jenna that I work with says you should never tell somebody they look like someone because you don't know if you're insulting them or not. It's like when we worked in the best example of keeping your mouth shut is when Big Al that I work with, told a girl that worked with us that she looked just like Jay Leno.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
I'm like, what the
Wait a minute.
hell?
Al told a woman?
Yes. So why would you even say that? And he was, and he's just clueless.
Because he's Al.
But like, that's what Jenna said, is like, you should never tell anybody they look like someone because you don't know if they'll be insulted. But I'm like, shoot, as long as they're beautiful, you can tell me I like them all day.
All right, babe, here's how we're going to end this.
How are we going to end it today?
We're going to end it by making it known that October 20th, come see Kelly and I at Persona Pizza in Irving. We've talked about that from 12 to 2. We're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to have some slingshots. We're going to have a contest for free rentals. We're going to have face painting.
Makes me giggle.
It makes you giggle. It'll be a good time. So come on out, bring your family out. October the 20th in Irving at Persona Pizza. First 75 people get a free pizza.
A personal pizza.
For free personal pizza.
And what time are we there again?
12 to 2.
Noon till 2.
That's October 20th.
We have all this listed too at kellyandallen.com.
Holy moly, we got a lot going on. So October the 27th, Kelly and I are going to be at Star Power off the Tollway, doing an event there.
In Addison, Texas.
Yeah, that's close to Addison. That is, again, at Star Power from 12 to 2, and that's October the 27th. And then in November, we're going to be doing a podcast from Maybank, Texas. That's November 24th.
That's a Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we'll give you more detail about that as it gets a little bit closer. But I'm going to be the mayor of Maybank for a day.
Are you sure about that?
Starla, my contact, she said I could be the mayor, and I said, "How?"
Goodness.
I said, "How am I going to be the mayor?" She goes, "I have connections."
Oh my goodness!
So
what
I'm
are you going to
going-
do? You're going to start making laws and passing orders? What does a mayor do?
I'm the mayor.
You're going to try to attract business? You're going to go be an ambassador for Maybank?
No, you have to call me the honorable.
Maybe you could talk to Jerry Jones about building another stadium out there or something. You need to make it happen for Maybank Mayor.
We are very excited that Allen has agreed to be the mayor of Maybank, Texas.
That's pretty good.
And we are excited about the prospects of maybe building a stadium in Maybank, Texas for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's very good.
That was
honey.
my Jerry.
That was good.
Do you like that?
That was a good one.
Thank you, baby. All right. Well, I think we've had enough, and I think our listeners have had
They've had enough of us.
have had plenty. So I love you desperately.
I love you too.
And we will do another podcast.
We didn't get to talk about our Taylor Swift stuff. We'll be talk about that.
Let's talk about that after Taylor Swift.
Yeah, after Taylor Swift. A lot of drama. We'll tell you all about the drama and how it plays out. I know we said we were going to talk about that. We've been talking too long. So we'll do that in the next podcast.
All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately, and let's go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.